Hello guys, and welcome to tutorial number 23, and in this tutorial we're going to be taking a look at pseudo elements. So in a previous tutorial what we actually looked at was pseudo classes, and some people might actually think that pseudo classes and pseudo elements are sort of the same thing, but they are not totally the same thing, because for pseudo elements we're going to be dealing with visual elements that we actually can see on our browser. And whereas for classes we don't actually see them, they are actually things that don't exist, but they are just there, right? So to understand this concept, let's just go ahead and say we've got a paragraph here, and let's just go ahead and, if you can remember, I've already taught you guys how to do this. So just go ahead and type in lorem and hit tab, and you should have this filled in content automatically added for you by RawTech. So just go ahead and do that, and now let's just take a look at this in our browser, and now we see we have got this content here, right? Okay, so what we want to do now is, let's say we want to actually make use of pseudo elements to style this content. So to do this, let's say we want to style this first letter, right, this L here. So to do that, what we can do is we can say, since it's within a P tag or within a paragraph tag, you go ahead and select the P, and you say this is for styling. So 2 columns is actually what you use to style pseudo elements. So now you're gonna say first line. Okay, no, this should be first letter. We'll take a look at first line in a bit. So say first letter, and what you can do now is say what you want to style about the first letter. So we can say we want to give this a color of green, and let's say you can actually also give this a font size. So we can actually increase the font size. Go ahead and say font size should be 20 pixels. Okay, go ahead and save this now. Come back to browser, hit refresh, and now you can see that this is now having a color of green, and it's having a font size of 20 pixels. So let me just go ahead and increase this for you guys to see. So if I make this 50 pixels, and let's give this a color of red. Okay, save this now, come back to browser, hit refresh. Okay, so now you guys can actually see it better, right? So now we've got a color red and in 50 pixels. So if you want to style an element like this on your website, this is how you do it. And you guys should actually take note, because now this is what we actually mean by pseudo element. So this is actually an element within this letter L here, is actually an element within our P tag. So we can actually go ahead and style it as an element using CSS. So that's what CSS does, right? So that's what pseudo classes actually means. You can style elements that you can actually see, while classes it's actually styling elements that are just or styling classes that are automatically given to elements, and you don't actually have to change the name. So they don't have actually you don't actually have to see those things. They don't, most times they don't even actually exist, right? They're just there. You can actually alter them, you know. Okay, so that's what the difference between pseudo elements and pseudo classes. So now we can actually also do the same thing and say I actually typed in first line. So if we go ahead and say first line now, come back to our browser, hit refresh, you can see that now we're having the first line here turning green color and in 50 pixels. So, and this is actually an automatic process. So you can see if I go ahead and zoom in, you can see how it's all turning. It's all actually still automatically styling this first line. So no matter how we zoom in or even if we zoom out, it's always going to style the first line of our element, right? So that's actually how you make use of that. Then next, let's take a look at the before class. So you can actually see before like that. Okay, and let's just go ahead and take this out, and I might actually want to reduce this, so let's just take this away for now. This is actually going to be too long, so you can actually understand the concept we're trying to build here. So you can say this is a paragraph. That's what let's do. Okay, this is a paragraph. Okay, ended up, save that, and let's take a look at that now. So we're just having a normal paragraph, and to actually make use of this before, okay, I didn't type that well, before pseudo class, so pseudo elements rather, what we do is you can go ahead and add in a content. So you can add a content before the paragraph. So let's say the content you wanted to add is a text, so you can say a text of paragraph, I don't know, you can go ahead and say anything here and end this up, save that, come to our browser, click refresh now, and you can see now that we have a paragraph or a text saying paragraph before our actual paragraph, right? So we have this is a paragraph here, and we're having a paragraph before this element. And you guys can actually take a look here. I'm trying to select this paragraph, but it's actually not being selected, right? So you can see I can select this, but I can actually select this, and this is because it was added in by CSS, and it's actually treated as a background image or as an image, right? So just the way you add in background image, and you can actually play around with the background image. So that's actually how this works. So it was added by CSS, so you can actually go ahead and say you want to actually copy it, right? You can actually copy this one because it was added in by HTML, but this can't copy it. So the same thing, you can also go ahead and say after, and go ahead and save this now. Come to browser, click refresh. So you see now we have this text added after a paragraph. So guys, that's how you actually make use of pseudo classes. So you can go ahead and play around with that. We've got the before, after, and there are also a few, or that's the pseudo classes, I meant pseudo elements, sorry. So we're actually taking a look at pseudo elements. So that's actually how pseudo elements works. You can go ahead and play around with them. We also got quite a number of pseudo elements you can actually go and try out. So look that up on Google, and you see something that will actually show you guys a few more of the pseudo elements we have. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for staying to the end of this video. That really means a lot to me. So please, if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful to you. Subscribe to my channel and watch another one of my videos, and I'll see you next time.